Hello friends, today I have come to the Gondeshwar Temple located in Sinnar, 26 km away from Nashik in the state of Maharashtra. This is the southern entrance of temple premises. This entrance is beautifully decorated with ornate stone doorways and detailed sculptures. On either side, you can see the Dwarpalas, the divine gatekeepers of the temple, and Jala Devtas, symbolizing prosperity, protection, and purity. This is main temple located at the center in the temple premises. It is magnificent monolithic structure built nearly 900 years ago. At a first glance, the enigmatic temple instantly captures the attention. The Gondeshwara Temple, also known as Govindeshvara Temple, is an ancient Hindu shrine located in Sinnar, Nashik, Maharashtra, India. It lies approximately 180 kilometers from Mumbai, 160 kilometers from Pune. This remarkable stone temple was constructed during 11th to 12th century under the rule of Yadava dynasty, even before the rise of their great capital at Devagiri. According to local tradition, Sinnar, earlier known as Seunapura, was founded by local chief named Rav Singhuni. This temple is believed to have been commenced by his son Rav Govinda at the cost of 200,000 rupees, making it a royal project of devotion, art, and culture. The central shrine of the temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, housing a sacred Shivlingam. Surrounding it are four smaller shrines dedicated to Surya, the sun god, Lord Vishnu, Goddess Parvati, and Lord Ganesha. This arrangement follows the Panchayatana style of temple architecture, symbolizing cosmic balance and unity. Architecturally, the temple is east facing, while the main entrance lies on the western side. Two additional entrances from the north and south open into the Sabha Mandapa or Assembly Hall. Now, I have come to Nandi Mandapa. Earlier, there might have been a majestic stone Nandi statue here, but today it is replaced with the smaller one. The Nandi Mandapa lies perfectly in line with the main temple, symbolizing the eternal gaze of the Jiva, the individual soul, towards the Lord Shiva, the ultimate truth or reality. Above, at the center of the dome of the Nandi Mandapa, there is beautifully carved inverted blooming lotus. It is sculpted from single stone, symbolizing the flourishing and unfolding universe. At each corner, we see stone crafted designs of Kirtimukhas with their fierce faces, bulging eyes, and horns. These forms later transform into more mystical designs in contemporary temples. They also carry strong mythological significance. At each lintel, we see small carvings of Ashtadikapalas and various goddesses. They are guardian deities of the eight directions, symbolizing protection and serving as a metaphor for non physical guardianship. Here, from Nandi Mandapa, we can see the main temple perfectly aligned at the same height. That straight alignment leads directly to the main entrance of the temple. Now, let us explore this temple from outside there. Now, let us understand the parts of the temple. The bottom portion is called Adhisthana and the projecting corners are known as Kani. This portion is called Kani. Above Kani, you see the series of carved elephants which is called Gajasthar. Gaja means elephant. And here you see the series of carved elephant. And the metaphor is that these elephants are holding the load of the temple on their back. And here you see this particular portion is called Upana or Ardhakumbha. This is Ardhakumbha, and above the Ardhakumbha, you see the shape of the portion is like a sacred pot, which is called Purnakumbha. Above Purnakumbha, this particular portion is called Janga or the torso of the temple, and above that is the Shikara. This particular portion of the temple is called Shikhara. As I mentioned earlier, the series of stone carved elephants above the Adhisthana is called Gajasthar. And here you can see the broken elephant sculptures which appear to have been vandalized during the medieval era by invaders. These are the carvings of Sursundaris on the outer skirt of the wall of the eastern entrance. In temple iconography, Surusundaris, also called Apsara-like celestial maidens, are graceful female figures carved on the outer wall of the temple. And here in this temple, we get to see the Surusundari all across. This is small, worn-out carving of goddess Chamunda, shown riding on her vehicle in the form of human corpse. This sculpture at the main entrance of the temple is a Gajasimha, a lion standing over an elephant. It symbolizes spiritual power conquering worldly ego and reminds devotees to leave pride behind, representing divine order, strength, and sovereignty. On the outer wall, here in this bracket or the panel, we see two figurines. They are male and female, and they are holding Bijapurak in their left hand. Now, I am going towards the southern Upasabha Mandapa. On the outer wall of the southern Upasabha Mandapa, we can see worn out carvings of Surasundris. And here, from the right side, you can see the first one is Torna, the second is Padmaganda, third one is the Darpana, the fourth is Alasya, fifth is Shukasarika, and the sixth is Karpura Manjari. The Upana and Janga parts of the temple are adorned with the intricate and delicate carvings of Sursundaris, Kirtimukhas, replicas of the temple, decorative motifs, and various deities. These sculptors and architects did not spare a single piece or corner of this temple, adorning it with beautiful and intricate carvings throughout. Now I have come to the backside of the Garbhagruha, where I see this large sculpture depicts goddess Brahmini, shown with her vehicle, swan or Hansa, at the bottom. The sculpture is damaged, yet it still reflects the grandeur of the original carving. The Garbhagriha walls are built in a solid triangular form, which helps absorb tremors and seismic energy efficiently, preventing damage. This reflects the advanced engineering knowledge of the ancient temple builders. This beautiful sculpture, carved in the form of mythical animal, is called Makara Mukha. The Makara is a legendary aquatic creature in Hindu iconography. The Makara Mukha is used to drain Abhisheka water offered on a sacred Shivlingam out of the temple. It is generally placed on the northern side of the Garbhagriha. This is the Uttarabhadra of the temple that I am showing you here. Within the circular niche known as Surasenaka, sculptures of Bhairava are generally placed. Here too we can see Bhairava sculpture carved in this space. On the Shikara we see worn-out carvings of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh on the left side and Mohini avatar of Vishnu on the right side. At the entrance of northern Upasabha Mandapa, I found this sculpture. This sculpture is called Markata Mohini. Here, Mohini, a beautiful celestial lady, is shown with a monkey pulling at her garment. The monkey represents the human mind, restless and driven by worldly desires, whereas Mohini, often seen as Shilabalika, symbolizes beauty, awareness, and inner balance. As she playfully returns the monkey with a twig, the scene reflects the struggle between temptation and spiritual control, reminding us how the mind distracts us from higher focus. Now, I have come to the main entrance of the main shrine, and here you see this beautiful and magnificent entrance of the temple. Here we again see beautiful entrance with five doorways, flanked on either side by Dwarpalas, along with the sculptures of Ganga, Chamara bearers, and Kubera. These sculptures are common at each entrance of the temple, symbolizing purity, protection, and prosperity. Above the entrance, a blooming lotus once again enhances the beauty and represents philosophical idea of blooming universe. I have now entered the Sabha Mandapa, the main assembly hall of the shrine. This hall also has entrances from both the south and the north, which we had already noticed from the exterior. This spacious hall is structurally balanced by four massive central pillars, supported further by 12 outer pillars that distribute the weight evenly. The layout reflects the symmetry and engineering precision of the temple builders, allowing light, air, and movement to flow naturally through the space. Temples are designed as a symbolic human body with an energy center just like a chakras in humans. The lotus carving in Nandi Mandapa represents Muladhara chakra. The Mukha Mandapa reflects the Swadhisthana chakra, while the lotus carving in this Sabha Mandapa symbolizes the Anahata chakra. Moving inward, Antarala represents the Vishuddha chakra, and finally, Garbhagriha symbolizes the Sahasrara chakra, the highest union with the divine. The main pillars of the Sabha Mandapa are richly and intricately carved. Each pillar is adorned with numerous figurines and narrative panels, turning the structure into visual scripture. At the top of the pillars, we see figures of subsidiary deities, crowned with auspicious kumbha shaped capital, symbolizing abundance and cosmic balance. The faces of the pillars display a wide range of themes: powerful image of Mahishasur Mardini, episodes from Ramayana, elegant Makara Torna brackets, even erotic carvings, and various rituals being performed, representing the completeness of human and cosmic life. Among these carvings is worn out and vandalized sculpture of Bhairava. This panel depicts an episode from Ramayana, showing the battle between Hanumana and Jambumali in Ashok Vatika. The next panel shows Indrajit seated and holding a dagger, accompanied by his guards. Another panel here portrays Ravana seated on his throne, the Simhasana, symbolizing royal power and pride. And next panel shows Hanumana in Ashokvatika revealing his true identity by presenting Lord Rama's signet ring to Sita. This panel shows Ravana attempting to lift sacred Mount Kailasha, where Lord Shiva is seated with the Shakti. Shiva remains calm and composed, and with a gentle press of his right toe, he suppresses Ravana's pride. Overpowered, Ravana's head tilts in a fear. Realizing his folly, he begs Lord Shiva for forgiveness, eventually composing the Shiva Tandava Stotra in devotion. This panel depicts the Vamana avatar of Lord Vishnu, where the right side figure shows Vishnu in his Trivikrama form, conquering the universe by covering the three realms in three steps. Another panel illustrates the Narsimha avatar, where Lord Narsimha is tearing open the demon Hiranyakashipu, symbolizing the triumph of divine justice over tyranny. In yet another panel, here we see Lord Parshurama seated calmly holding his weapon, the Parshu, along with the bow. Every pillar of the Sabha Mandapa at its bottom portion features sculpture of various deities and Sursundris. Here, this broken sculpture depicts Mahishasur Mardani shown as the fire's goddess slaying the demon Mahishasura. This sculpture depicts Lord Shiva as a Bhikshatana Shiva, shown as a wandering ascetic with four arms holding Bhiksha Patra. It represents Shiva's act of atonement after cutting Brahma's fifth head. This sculpture depicts one of the Sursundris known as Putravallabha, shown holding a child on her hip, symbolizing maternal love, fertility, and nurturing abundance. One of the celestial ladies known as Torna is shown here forming an arch or toran with both hands. She is depicted in a graceful Tribhanga posture, the elegant three bend A shaped pose, looking downwards. She is also shown wearing beautiful carved sandals, a rare and delicate details that highlights the sculpture's attention. Now I am at the Antarala where I see this beautiful entrance to the Garbhagriha. The entrance is richly decorated from top to bottom with intricate carvings ranging from Ashtadikpalas to various deities. This entrance features five doorways or dwarshakas, highlighting the grandeur and symbolic depth of the temple's inner threshold. At the entrance, this sculpture is of Lord Kubera, showing holding a bag of wealth, symbolizing prosperity. This is a bag of wealth. Next to him is Goddess Ganga, holding Jalakumbha, representing purity and sacred flow. The central figure here is Shaiva Dwarapala, also known as Bhadra, guarding the sanctum. Beside him is a Chauradharani holding a chaur, a ceremonial wix or fan symbolizing honor and royal reverence. Let us understand the doorways or dwarshakas at the entrance. This is a Valshaka. Val is a mythical hybrid composite animal, and there are seven types of hybrid animals. This is Stambha Shaka. Stambha means pillar, and that's what we get to see here replica of pillar. This is called Narashaka or Nartakshaka because we get to see here carvings of dancers. And the innermost doorway or shaka is called Lata Shaka because we get to see here motifs of creepers. Lata means creeper. This is Pushpa Shaka or a flower doorway because we see here carvings of flowers. At the antarala above the ceiling, we see this beautiful carving of inverted blooming lotus. As I mentioned earlier, it symbolizes Vishuddha Chakra. The threshold of Garbhagruha is also beautifully adorned with carvings of dancers and floral motifs. This is the Garbhagruha or Sanctum Sanctorum, where resides Param Shiva, the ultimate truth and supreme divine reality of the universe. As I mentioned earlier in the start, that this Gondeshwara temple follows Panchayatana style of temple architecture, where we get to see smaller shrines of other deities, and this small shrine is dedicated here to Lord Vishnu. Then follows the shrine dedicated to Lord Ganesha. After that, there is a small shrine which is dedicated to goddess Parvati. Then comes last the shrine dedicated to Lord Surya or sun god. Now, at the final part of the temple exploration, we come to the Shikara. The Shikara of the Gondeshwara temple follows the Nagara style, featuring smaller subsidiary spires known as Saptabhumija. Although the Amalaka and Kalasha are missing at the top, the overall Shikara remains intact and well maintained, reflecting the enduring strength of this magnificent structure. As we conclude this journey through the Gondeshwar temple, we witness how architecture, sculpture, and philosophy merge into the living expression of Shiva. Every stone here speaks of devotion, cosmic order, and timeless wisdom preserved across centuries. Thank you for joining me in exploring this sacred marvel. Do like, subscribe, and share my videos among friends.